Pacific Rubiales is pioneering the use of new technology in Latin America, specifically Synchronised Thermal Additional Recovery, or STAR for short. How does it work?
STAR has been designed to improve the recovery factor of those reservoirs where we produce heavy oil. Those reservoirs, generally, when you produce on primary techniques, you can only recover 15% of the oil in place that there is down there in the reservoir. If you don't do anything else, then 85% of the oil will stay in the reservoir forever. Now we had implemented this technology, which is aiming to increase the recovery factor from that 15% with an additional 30 to 32% recovery from the original oil in place that is in the reservoir.
So you're designing a pilot project using STAR technology?
Yes, we had done during the latest 2 years different laboratory tests in the Alberta Research Institute in order to calibrate how this technique is going to work in the field. Now we had begin the pilot project in the Kifa field, which is aiming to demonstrate what's the final increase on the recovery factor that we can achieve at the field level. We are now in the drilling the wells of the pilot project, and we expect by mid of next year to start collecting enough statistically results that will be representative to say what's the additional recovery that we can achieve at the field level.
So what could be the long-term benefits to Pacific Rubiales of using STAR?
Well, first of all, by implementing STAR, we'll extend the economic life of the reservoir, and that will transform in a direct benefit because we will increase the recoverable reserves from the reservoir. Just to give you a brief idea, between the two main fields, there are the main assets where we produce heavy oil, the Rubiales and the Kifa field, we had 7.5 billion barrels of oil in place. If we can addition 30% of that oil in place, that means over 2 billion barrels of recoverable oil that we can be able to book as a global project with our partners Ecopetrol, which is the partner where we are producing in these two fields.
And you've been developing another innovative technology, Llanomulsion. How does that work?
Llanomulsion has been developed in order to decrease the cost of transportation of diluent to the field. Why is that? Because producing heavy oil, you need to blend this heavy oil with either lighter oil or gasoline in order to increase the gravity of the oil to be pumped through the pipeline system. To avoid the cost of transportation of the diluent to the field, what we have done is prepare an emulsion which is made by water, the heavy oil, and some emulsifiers in order to be able to pump the heavy oil through the pipeline system and avoid the cost of bringing the diluent to the field. So far we have done a few tests, laboratory tests, and we are now in the phase of preparing a big test through the pipeline system in order to demonstrate that this is achievable, and then have the economics of how we'll be able to reduce the cost of transporting the heavy crude from the field to the port.
So these are impressive, innovative technologies, but when you put them to work, how might they benefit the company's performance?
Well, we will have one direct and one indirect benefit. The direct benefit will be that we will lower the transportation costs from the oil in the case of Llanomulsion, and in the case of the STAR, will be able to increase the recovery factor. That will have an indirect benefit because we'll be able to not only increase our recoverable reserves, but also the stock price will be benefit because by increasing the reserves on our balance sheet, we have a net impact on our stock price and our market capitalization.
José Francisco Arata, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.